Namaste, good morning, I'm Jessie. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to begin today in a reclined position so you can make your way into a savasana or corpse pose. Your knees can be bent with your feet on the floor, your legs can be extended, anything you can be comfortable in for about, 3-4 minutes or so. So we're just going to settle in here. Close your eyes. And begin to take a few soft, full, deep breaths. You can try to inhale and exhale through your nose. You can try to transition into a 3-part or yoga breath. As you inhale, fill your belly, ribs, chest with air. And as you exhale, let your chest, ribs, belly contract. Make any adjustments you need to allow you to relax, let go completely, and breathe. And let everything from the outside world slip away. Give yourself permission to be present here in this time, in this space. Now slowly bring your attention back to your breath. Focus on your breathing, breathing in and out. Begin to bring your attention back into your body. And you can do a body scan here, head to toe, toe to head. Check in, see if there's any problem areas, anything that we need to work on or be cautious of today. Just try to notice without judgment. If you have any concerns or worries, you can try to set them aside for this hour. And if you have a goal or an intention you'd like to set for your practice, now is a good time for that. Mine lately has been, I automatically get healthier and healthier. Now we're going to start by extending our legs straight down from our hips on the floor. Both arms over our head, resting on the mat, and we're just going to do 3 big full supine stretches. We're going to inhale and stretch, arms back, legs down, don't hold your breath, you can wiggle around here, stretch, 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 and then we're going to do an audible exhale. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale and stretch, you can yawn if you like, stretch, 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 exhale, relax and release. And then 1 more time, inhale and stretch, 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 oops, just touched my candle, that's not a good thing. Stretch, 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 exhale, relax and release. And then from here, we're going to raise both arms in the air. We're just going to rotate our wrists a few times. Nice and easy. You can switch directions, point and flex. Yoga can be hard on our wrists. It's nice to warm them up a little bit before we begin. Good, and then we're going to bring our right knee in towards our chest for a little hug. Squeeze in on the exhale. You can rotate your ankle here if that feels good. Drag circles with your toes. Nice and easy. You can switch directions. Point and flex. All the time, squeezing in on the exhale. Good. 1 more breath. We'll bring our ankle to stillness, and we're going to straighten our right leg. Straight right leg in towards our chest. Again, squeezing in on the exhale. Try to take the bend out of your knee. If you like, you can have a strap or a towel or something over your foot to give you a little bit more leverage. If you want to go a little further, pull your toes back and push your heel towards the ceiling. Again, squeezing in on the exhale. If you're feeling tightness in those hamstrings, send your breath to those muscles. Imagine them relaxing and releasing with the exhale. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Relax a little bit. And then on your next exhale, we're going to bring our right leg across our body for a twist. Your knee could be bent, your leg could be straight. You can look over, your feels good. If you have that sciatic nerve pain, this could be a good stretch for that. Nice and easy. We're starting off nice and easy this morning. Good. 1 more breath. And we're going to bring that right leg back to center. Straight right leg in towards our chest 1 more time. Again, trying to take the bend out of your knee. Maybe pulling your toes back and pushing your heel towards the ceiling. If you want to go a little bit further still, you can lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Just adding a little bit of your upper body weight to the stretch, easing you deeper into the pose. Good. 1 more breath. And we'll relax and release our right leg. We're going to bring our left knee in towards our chest. Squeezing on the exhale, rotating your ankle if that feels good. Just drawing circles with your toes, nice and easy. You can switch directions if you're rotating your ankle. Point and flex. Squeezing that knee in on the exhale. Good. We're going to bring our ankle to stillness, and we'll straighten our left leg. Straight left leg in towards our chest. Again, trying to take the bend out of your knee. So you have nice long hamstrings. Holding your leg wherever it's comfortable. If you want to go a little deeper, pull your toes back and push your heel towards the ceiling. Send your breath in to release the muscles on your exhale. My hamstrings are surprisingly tight today. It's a good stretch for me. This can also help with lower back pain. Good. 1 more breath. We're going to release a little bit, and then we're going to bring that left leg across our body for a twist. Maybe your arms are out in T position. Maybe your left leg is straight. Maybe it's bent. Maybe you're looking over your left shoulder. Listen to what your body needs. Make adjustments that suit you best today. We're not all the same. Nice and easy. Soft, full, deep breaths. And we'll inhale that leg back to center. Straight left leg in towards our chest 1 more time. Again, taking the bend out of our knee. Maybe pulling our toes back, pushing our heel towards the ceiling. Maybe lifting your head and shoulders off the mat. Adding a little bit of upper body weight to the stretch. When I lift my head and shoulders shoulders up. I like to straighten out my opposite leg, my right leg, and let it hover off the mat. Just seems to kind of counterbalance for me. So you can do that as well if that works for you. Good. One more breath. And we'll relax and release everything to the floor. We're going to bring both knees in towards our chest for a little hug. You can rock a little bit from side to side. And we're going to hold our knees. We're going to kind of stir our knees around in a circle, just massaging our lower back. Faster, slow, bigger, small movements. This is your practice. Make it your own by doing what feels good in your body. And we're going to switch directions. Nice and easy. And we're going to come to stillness. And then we're going to do some spinal rolls. So you can hold on top of your knees or under them. And we're rocking forward and back. Forward and back. Good. Faster, slow, bigger, small movements. Whatever feels good for you. We're just going to do a few more. I'm going to blow out these candles since I accidentally bumped one. Feel like that's giving me a message. When you're ready, you can roll up to a seated pose. And then we're going to make our way into table. So we're just going to come onto our hands and our knees with our wrists and shoulders in alignment, knees and hips in alignment. Good. This is called a cobra dance flow, but it's really child's pose, baby cobra, and cat. So we're going to push our hips back towards our heels in extended child's pose. Just keep your head up off the mat for this one. Just makes it easier. Then we're going to roll forward, let our hips sink down. We want bent elbows for this. We want baby cobra. Good. And then we're going to come back up into table and arch our back, tucking our tailbone under, spine towards our belly button. Extended child's pose. Coming forward into a baby cobra. Bent elbows. Table. Cat. Extended child's pose. Baby cobra. We want our elbows bent for this. Table. Cat. Extended child's pose. Baby cobra. Again, at your own pace, or you can follow along with me. Cat. Extended child's pose. Baby cobra. Table. Cat. One more time. Extended child's pose. Baby cobra. Table. Cat. Good. We're going to hold this last cat for a few breaths. So you can adjust your stance if you need to. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck your tailbone under. Really arch your back up. Head is down. Breathe. Soft, full, deep breaths. Good. We're going to come back to a neutral spine. And then from here, we're going to curl our toes under, straighten our legs, and come back into down dog. First down dog of the day. We're going to spend some time here walking the dog. Bending first one knee and then the other. Maybe coming up onto all 10 toes. Maybe pushing into your heels. Whatever feels good here. Rolling your inner elbows towards each other. Nice and easy. Thinking about lifting your hips up. Soft breaths. Good. Then we're going to lift our right leg into the air. Little three-legged down dog. We're going to bend our right knee, right foot towards our left hip. Little hip opener. We're going to straighten out that right leg and bring our right foot up between our two hands in a lunge. For this first lunge, we're going to drop down to our back knee. Hands on the mat, on your thigh. Heart center or crescent lunge. Maybe adding a little bit of a back bend. Good. And make sure your back knee is on the mat, because then we're going to sink into our front knee, opening up our hip flexor on the left. So we only ever want our knee to protrude over our toes if our back knee is on the mat, because otherwise it makes our knee unstable. You want to keep it over your ankle unless your back knee is on the mat, and then you're kind of safe to sink into that front knee a little bit more, opening up the hip flexor on the left. Good. One more breath. We'll come back to neutral. Hands on the mat. Curl your left toes under. Right leg is going back up into a three-legged dog. And then back down to down dog. Same thing on the other side, of course. So we're lifting our left leg up, three-legged down dog, pressing into our palms and our right heel. Stretch your left leg back. Little hip opener, dog at a hydrant. You can bend your left knee, left foot towards your right hip, opening up that hip. We're going to straighten out that left leg and bring our left foot all the way up between our two hands in a lunge. We're going to drop down onto our right knee. Your hands could be on the mat, thigh, heart center, excuse my shirt, or all the way up into a crescent lunge, modified crescent lunge, because our back knee is on the floor. Opening up our heart chakra. And then we're going to bring our hands to our thighs, sink into our front knee. Opening up that hip flexor on my right. Good. We're going to be doing some chair poses today. Chair pose is good if you're trying to lose weight. It brings strength and power. A lot of us have gained some weight over during our stay-at-home orders. Good. We're going to come back to neutral. Hands on the mat. We're going to curl our right toes under. Left leg is going up into the three-legged down dog once again. And then both feet on the floor. Regular down dog. For a breath here. Then we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet for a little rag doll. Your hands could be dangling. You could fold your arms. And we're just going to shake out any lingering tension. You can let your arms and hips sway from side to side, forward and back. Let your knees be loose here. Shake out your head, your neck, your shoulders. Just envision tension and stress draining away. Let it go. We don't need it. Let it return to the earth. Good. Did you hear that crack for me? In Asian cultures, they believe that's trapped chi or energy. In yoga, we call it prana. It's not necessarily a bad thing, although the chiropractor says it's little gas bubbles. Prana sounds so much better. One more breath. We're going to release our arms and we're going to slowly roll up to standing. Up on the inhale, pausing into Dasana mountain pose. Taking a breath, coming back to center. Closing your eyes. Check in, see how you're doing. Any new aches or pains pop up. Anything feeling better or worse than when we started. Just notice. Maybe another little body scan, head to toe, toe to head. Remind yourself of a goal or an intention if you set one. For me, it's I automatically get healthier and healthier. Good, so we're going to do a little warm up with our chair poses today. We're going to start off with that before we move into a flow. So we want our feet under our hips to begin with here. And a lot of people have trouble determining whether their feet are under their hips. You can check it by making two fists and bringing your fists between your feet. So that's about hip distance apart, if you're always wondering what that is. But we also want to be comfortable. So if yours is a little bit wider, a little bit narrower, that is also fine. So we're going to start in mountain pose, hands together in prayer position at heart center. Take a nice full deep breath here. There we go. Then we're going to inhale our arms up. We're going to sink into chair Uttanasana. We're letting our shoulders come down and away from our ears. A little pinch between our shoulder blades, opening up our heart chakra, and our bottom is sitting back. We're not leaning forward in this one. We're going to take a breath. We're going to straighten our legs, fold forward, reaching out as you come down. Lengthen your spine. Then just like in a sun salutation, inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper, a little bending your knees. Reverse swan dive all the way back up to standing. And exhale, hands down. Good, so we're going to do that a few more times. You can move at your own pace, or you can follow along with me. Inhale, arms up. Chair pose, let those shoulders come down and away from your ears. We're trying to come a little deeper into each chair pose. Straighten our legs, fold forward, reaching out as we come down. Lengthen our spine, lengthen our hamstrings. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Reverse swan, all the way back up to standing. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Shoulders away from our ears. Those shoulders come down as you sink into chair, Uttanasana pose. Your drift to your gaze can follow your fingers. We're gonna straighten our legs and fold forward. Reaching out as you come down. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your hamstrings, hands to the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Reverse swan, all the way back up to standing. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into chair. Uttanasana, don't hold your breath. Straighten our legs. Fold forward, reaching out as you come down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Reverse swan dive. All the way back up to standing. And exhale, hands down. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into chair. Uttanasana. Smile a little bit here. Straighten our legs. Fold forward. Reaching out as we come down. Lengthen our spine. Hamstrings. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Reverse swan. All the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands down. Good, last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into chair, Uttanasana. Straighten our legs, fold forward. Reaching out as you come down. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Reverse swan dive, all the way back up to standing. And exhale, hands down. Good. So we're going to get our little flow. We're going to start towards the top of our mat. Top of our mat into Tadasana. Need a little sip of my water before we get started. Sorry about that. Always drink water when you need to. Good. So we're going to start off with Tadasana. We're going to do a cross-legged chair. And this is one of those where we're going to be in cross-legged chair and then we're going to try to shoot our left leg back towards the mat to come into a lunge. Might not look pretty. I might not do it well today. You might not do it well today. Or you might be excellent. It's all fine. Nothing matters. The only thing that matters is that you made it to your mat this morning. We're doing a little bit of yoga. Let's just take that nice full deep breath before we get started. Good. And then from here, we're going to let our weight sink into our right foot. And we're going to cross our left foot over. Just like you're kind of sitting in a chair, or you might be able to wrap your your left foot around your right thigh. We're going to bring our arms up, and we're going to sink back into a cross-legged chair. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty or perfect. Good. If you're struggling, if your foot is wobbling, that's okay. That helps strengthen our ankles. And when we struggle in a balance pose, it automatically makes us tighten our core. So that's good for our core. We're going to try to keep our bottom kind of where it is. So we want our right knee bent. We're going to unwrap and send our left leg back in a crescent lunge. Good. So we're up on our back toes, little pelvic tilt, hip sinking down. Again, our back knee is off the mat here, so we want to make sure that our right knee is safely over our right ankle. And we're working towards bringing our front thigh parallel to the floor. We'll interlace our fingers with our index fingers up, shoulders away from our ears, maybe a little back bend here in our crescent lunge, opening up your heart chakra. Good. We're going to bring our torso back up, little side stretch to one side, back to center, little side stretch to the opposite side, back to center. We're going to release our arms to either side of our right foot. Think about reaching out as you come down. Good. We're in a lunge. We're going to do a chaturanga here. You can move at your own pace or follow along with me in plank. High push-up position. Slowly lower down. Drop your knees when you need to. Hover if you can. Hand under your shoulders. Baby cobra, full cobra, up dog. Whatever feels good. I like to hold my cobra a little bit longer. And that's okay. Exhale into down dog when you're ready. Few recovery breaths here. You can also be in table or child's pose. Good. One more breath, and then we're going to step our right foot forward between our two hands. Good. We're in our lunge. We're up on our back toes for a moment. Then we're going to let our back heel rotate down to the mat. And before we move further, I'm just going to talk about alignment here. You either want your front heel aligned with your back heel, or your front heel aligned with the instep of your back foot. We want to make sure our knee stays safely over our ankle. Again, we're working towards bringing that thigh parallel to the floor. So from our lunge here with our back heel on the mat, we're going to bring our left hand to our left hip. We're going to turn our right palm so it kind of faces away from our body. Knee stays bent. We're going to engage our core. We're going to inhale, come all the way up into a peaceful warrior. Shoulders away from our ears, heart open. Beautiful. Good. You could follow your right fingers. We're sinking into our front knee. Good. One more breath. And we're going to open this up into a warrior two. So our hips and torso are turned to the side. We're still sinking into our front knee, pulling it towards the little toe side of our body. Our arms are about parallel to the floor, shoulders away from our ears. Warrior two. Again, we're trying to keep our lower body kind of stationary, and then we're going to reverse or revolve our warrior. So this is similar to a peaceful warrior, but peaceful warrior comes from warrior one, revolved or reverse warrior comes from warrior two. Good, one more breath. Back to warrior two. I need a little bit more room. I'm moving back on my mat. We're going to come into a half moon balance. So we're transitioning our weight to our front foot. We're going to bring our right hand in front of our right foot. Left hand is off to the side for balance, a little triangle here. We're going to lift our left leg up. We're going to open our left hip, pointing our left toes away from our body, and then see if you can lift your left arm up. Woo. It's okay, it's a challenging balance pose for a lot of us. If you want to try a bind here, you can bend your left knee, reach back for your left foot with your left hand. That's a little beyond me this morning. That's okay. One more breath. We're going to bring both hands to the mat. We're going to lower our left toes. Right knee is safely over our right ankle. And we're going to inhale, rotate our arms up into a warrior two. Strong, powerful, confident warriors. And then Tadasana. Good. So hopefully we're going to repeat that same thing on the other side. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's one of the nice things about yoga. There is no right or wrong. Excuse me for a second. Oh my goodness. I never drink louder than when I have a microphone on, right? So, top of our mat again. This time I'm giving myself a little bit more space up there for the half moon balance. Hands together in prayer position at heart center. Nice calming breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. And as we exhale, let our weight sink into our left foot. Good. We're going to cross our right leg over our left. We're going to circle our arms up next to our ears and sink back into a cross-legged chair pose. Again, this is a balance. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're working on sitting our hips back, keeping our chest up and open. Beautiful. We're going to try to keep this bend in our left knee as we unwrap our right leg, send it back, up on our right toes, sinking into our crescent lunge here, making sure that our left knee doesn't pop out over our toes. Maybe interlacing your fingers with your index fingers up. Maybe a little back bend here, still sinking into your front knee. The instinct is to straighten that front leg, but we don't want to. We're going to come back up with our torso. A little side stretch to one side. Back to center. Side stretch to the opposite side. Still sinking into our front knee. Back to center. And then exhale, hands down. Either side of our front foot in a lunge. Then from here, we're going to sit back into plank. Little chaturanga, again at your own pace. Or follow along with me. I'm in cobra, which I like to hold a little bit longer than normal. And exhale into down dog when you're ready. Soft, full breaths. Reaching our tailbone towards the ceiling. Good. One more breath. And then we're going to step that left foot up between our two hands. Make sure that your left knee is safely over your left ankle. Our right hand is coming back to our right hip. Our left palm is facing away from our body. Keep that front knee bent, Engage your core to protect your lower back. Inhaling and kind of using this hand to sweep positive energy up, letting it flow down over us. Peaceful warrior. And peaceful warrior comes from warrior two. So our hips are turned like we're gonna start walking. Beautiful. Open heart chakra. Good. One more breath. Arms parallel to the mat. We're opening our hips up into a warrior two. Forgot to mention this earlier. Our back heel is on the mat. That's what makes us a warrior instead of a lunge. Still sinking into our front knee. Shoulders away from our ears. Then we're going to reverse or revolve our warrior like peaceful warrior, except for this time our hips are turned towards the side. Still sinking into our front knee. Good. Warrior two. And then half moon bounce. Again, I don't think I gave myself enough room. Sorry about that. We're going to bring our left hand in front of our left foot, right hand off to the side for balance. Transition our weight to our left foot, lifting our right leg off the mat. Opening up that right hip. Maybe lifting your right hand off the mat. Maybe your drishti or gaze can follow your right hand. Maybe you want to try for that bind by bending your right knee and reaching back for your right foot with your right hand. It's not in the cards for me today, but you can give it a try. Ooh. One more breath. Both hands to the mat. Keep that left knee bent over our left ankle. Coming down to our right toes. Letting our right heel rotate down to the mat. Again, keep that left knee over our left ankle. We're inhaling using our core to pull us up into our warrior two. And then Tadasana. Good. Beautiful. We're going to come back to our chair pose here. And then we're going to be using that to come down to the mat. So we're going to be doing chair pose with our heels up, and we're going to be using that to transition into a squat. So if you like a block or something to sit on, you can prepare that behind you. If squats don't work, especially for your knees, that's fine. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. So if squats don't work for you, just skip it. We're kind of using this to transition into some seated poses and some kneeling poses, so don't worry about it. So again, Tadasana, feet under our hips, hands together in prayer position at heart center, nice full deep breath. There we go, that's beautiful. Now we're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale, sink into chair, Uttanasana. Good. We're going to lift our heels, a little balancing chair. Hopefully you can sink a little deeper. We want our knees pointed forward in this one. Heels are off the mat, hands together in prayer position at heart center. We're coming down into a heel up squat. Knees pointed forward. This is good for elimination in our body. If your heels are up, you're stretching your arches, which is really good for plantar fasciitis stuff. If you're like me and you're wiggling a little bit, that's okay. It strengthens our ankles, makes us tighten our core. A few breaths here. We're going to be moving into a tall kneel after this. So if you're skipping the squat, you can transition into that kneel. Good. One more breath. We're going to bring our hands to the mat. Let's come into table first, actually. We're going to make this into a little flow. We're going to do a little bit of a modified half camel here. But we're going to start from table. We're going to push our hips back towards our heels. Again, just keep your head off the mat because we're rolling through low kneel. Inhale into a tall kneel. And then we're going to step our right foot forward. Little proposal pose. We're keeping our knee over our right ankle. Maybe a little back bend. Starting to open up that left hip flexor a little bit more. And then we're going to transition into this half camel variation. So we're going to let our left hand come down towards our left heel. So maybe your hand is on your hip. Maybe your hand is reaching towards your heel. Maybe your hand is on your heel. Maybe you have a block back here. If you find that you're, just a little bit short, curl your toes under. I'll give you a couple extra inches in this half camel. So once our left hand is supporting us, a little bit of our weight, we're thinking about turning our heart chakra towards the ceiling. Our right hand can come to the ceiling or to the wall behind us. Good. Opening up our heart chakra. Take a few breaths. Engage your core here. Torso up. Hands on the mat. Table. Same thing on the other side. kneel. Inhale into a tall kneel. Left leg forward, proposal pose. Maybe a little back bend. Good. We're going to straighten up our torso. We're going to reach that right hand back towards our right heel. Your hand could be on your hip. You could be reaching towards your heel. Your hand could be on your heel. If you need a couple extra inches, you can use a block or curl your toes under. Any of those are fine. Then once you have your supporting hand, turn your heart chakra towards the ceiling. Your left fingers could come towards the ceiling or kind of to the wall behind you. Take a few breaths. Modify where you need to. Listen to your body. Good. One more breath. Use our core to lift our torso. Hands on the mat. Table. Child's pose. Forehead towards the floor. We're going to rest for a few breaths. In our extended child's pose, we're trying to bring our third eye in contact with something. It might be the floor. It might be a block. It might be a hand over hand and forehead to your hand. A little bit of pressure on your third eye tells your body to relax and release. Breathe here, a few breaths. Nice extended child's pose. Our hips are open and spreading. Good. One more breath. And we're going to make our way back into table. And we're going to do puppy, which is a shoulder release, a little back release. And puppy is basically extended child's pose with our bottom in the air. So what we're looking for here is a right angle in our legs. And we're going to start to walk our hands forward. Good. Forehead towards the floor. Bottom in the air. Just let your back open, your hips open, your shoulders release. Take a few breaths. Good. One more breath here. We're going to make our way up into a forearm table, and then to a straight arm table. And then we're just going to cross our ankles, roll to a seated toes. Good. We're going to come into a half straddle here. We're gonna bend our left knee. Our right leg is extended. Good contact with our sits bones. Ideally, this extended leg is going to be engaged through this little series that we're going to be working on. That's one of my worst things. I always forget about that. But if you're trying to work on that, we want to kind of engage our knee so our thigh muscle is engaged here. We're pulling our toes back so our heel is off the mat. So we want a nice strong leg here if you remember to do it. I will try to remember to cue you on it as we go. So we're going to start with a side stretch out over that straight leg. We're going to inhale our left arm up. Exhale into a side stretch. I like to use my right forearm against my right leg to help rotate my heart chakra up. Some people like to reach both hands towards their foot. No right or wrong, just whatever feels good for you. I just really like that leverage to help open up my heart chakra. You could be up at the ceiling, or you can keep your head in neutral. One more breath. Beautiful. We're going to inhale and come up. We're going to turn our torso so it's out over our straight leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold forward. We're centering our chest out over that straight leg. Hands come down, head and shoulders relax. You can use your left hand on the outside of your right leg to help with that torso pull over to the side. You could be reaching towards your foot. Your hands could be on your foot. They could be past your foot. If you're a little bit more flexible here, you can bring your left hand to the bottom of your left foot and hold your left wrist with your right hand. Does the same thing as kind of using your left hand to pull your torso over to the side. So a little forward fold here, nice and easy. Good. One more breath. Now we're going to inhale and come up. We're going to do a fold between our two knees. So we're going to start to walk our hands forward. Again, nice and easy. Engaging that straight leg. Your head could be up. You can let your forehead roll down. You could be on your hands, your elbows, or even your forehead if you're more flexible in this than I am. Good. 3 breaths. shoulder if that feels good. Soft, full, deep breaths. Good. We're going to untwist back to center. We're going to do a little modified back bend here first, and then we're going to do the full version, or of course you can repeat the modified version. So we're going to keep our left hand on the mat, fingers pointing away from our body. We're going to circle this right arm, opening up our heart chakra. The back bend is the important part here. We're balancing out some of that forward folding that we're doing. Exhale. Rotate our arm down. So again, this time you can either come up into the full version or you can stick with the modified version. If you're coming up to the full version, you sort of press into your heel and your palm and roll up onto your shin. So again, our left hand is behind us, fingers pointing away. Inhale, we're circling that right arm, pressing into our palms and our heel, rolling up onto our shin, opening our heart chakra. Thinking about turning our heart chakra towards the ceiling. Your gaze could follow those right fingers. One more breath. Exhale down. Good. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, of course. Let's just do a little windshield wiper, little bounce before we move on to the other side. And then we're coming into our half straddle. Again, we want this left leg extended. Ideally, it's going to be engaged throughout this little series. If you forget, that's also okay. Let's turn our torso towards the front to start off here. We're going to begin with a little side stretch. So we're going to inhale our right arm up, exhale into that side stretch. I'm using my left arm against my left leg to help rotate my chest up, or you can reach your hands down towards your foot. Both hands down towards your foot, whatever feels good here. But in this one, we're opening our heart chakra towards the ceiling. So it's a heart opener, and also we're opening up along our side. One more breath. We're going to inhale and come up. Turn our torso so that it's coming out over our straight leg. Arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Try to center your chest out over that straight left leg. Again, you can use your right hand against your left leg to help with that a little bit. You can reach your hands on the bottom of your foot, whatever feels good. Forward fold. Just try to relax and release into the fold. More breath. We're going to inhale and come up. Torso back to the center. Between our two knees, and we're going to walk our hands forward. You could be on your hands, your elbows, your head could be up or down. Soft, full breaths. Good. Breathe into areas of tightness. All of a sudden, I feel that tight hamstring at my left popping back up. So I'm sending my breath into my hamstring. One more breath. We're going to inhale and come up. We're going to do a twist towards our bent knee. Inhale, lengthen our spine. Exhale and twist. Hand in front and behind, or our left hand on the outside of our right knee. Look over your shoulder if that feels good. Beautiful. And we're going to do that half circle back. Then we're going to do the modified version first. So we're going to untwist a little. We're going to keep that right hand behind us, fingers pointing away. We're going to circle this left arm, just opening our heart chakra, squeezing our shoulder blades together. Good. That's good enough. You can do this modified version. You can repeat it again, or you can do the full version. So coming back up to neutral. And then this time I'm going to press it to my palm, my right palm and my left heel, and roll up onto my right shin. This is such a pretty back bend, and it's so easy to do. It looks way more impressive than it is. This is a good one to do. You're trying to show someone like how you excel at yoga, which is not a competition, but still every once in a while you want to show off these beautiful poses, these asanas, and that's great. That's fine. One more breath. Exhale, come down. Good. Again, we're going to release our legs, little bounce, little windshield wiper, good contact with our sits bones. We're going to do a forward fold from here. We're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale, reach forward as you come down. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. And let your hands come down. Your head and shoulders relax. Just really collapse into this. Breathe. Good. One more breath. We're going to inhale and roll up. We're going to do a modified fish pose to make our way back onto the mat. Your legs could be in any position here. Your legs could be extended. Your knees could go with your feet on the floor. I'm going with cobbler's pose because my hips still feel a little bit tense. Any of those legs are fine. The back bend is what we're focusing on right now. So we want our hands next to our hips with our fingers pointing down towards our toes. And we're just gonna roll back on our elbows. We're gonna press into our elbows, tuck our shoulder blades under, opening our heart chakra. That's the goal. You can keep your head up, you can let it come back, or you can slide back to the top of your head, rest on the mat, opening up your throat chakra. Good. If you chose a leg position that you're not happy with, change it, that's fine. Good. We're gonna do 2 more nice full deep breaths here. And 1 more inhale. As we exhale, we're gonna make our way all the way to the mat, knees in towards our chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Nice. Good. And then from here, we're going to take about 2 minutes to finish out your practice. So anything you want to do before relaxation, now is a good time for that. Human breathing students always have great inversions. So now is a good time if you want to do a shoulder stand, handstand, headstand, whatever you like. Maybe I left out your favorite pose. Maybe you feel like you need pigeon to complete your yoga awesomeness today. Now is your time for that. I'm just going to do a little reclined outdoors pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. A few breaths. If you've done something on one side and you need to do a counter pose, or if you've done something on one side and you need to do the opposite side, or you need to do a counter pose, now is a good time for that. Excuse me for 1 second, I lost my clock here. There we go. If there's any other prep you'd like to do before relaxation, now is a good time for that. And then with no rush, we're going to take about a minute to make our way into our Savasana pose. So if you like to put on socks or a sweatshirt, or you like to cover up with a blanket, or you like an eye pillow, or if you need the restroom, now is a good time for that. Then when you're ready, you can make your way once again into a Savasana or corpse pose. Your knees could be bent with your feet on the floor, or your legs could be extended. If your legs are extended, you can bring your heels to the edges of the mat and just let your feet flop open. Our hands are lower than our heart. Our palms are facing up in a gesture that's open and receptive. You can also press down into your elbows to tuck your shoulder blades under. You can tip your chin so your spine is nice and long. We're just going to settle in here. Close your eyes. Return your attention to your breath. Once again, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Filling your belly, ribs, chest with air on the inhale. And allowing your chest, ribs, belly to retract and let go on your exhale. Once again, letting everything from the outside world, your toes. Relax and release your toes. Relax the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet. Relax your heels. Breathe. Inhale, and as you exhale, relax. Release to the floor. Think about your ankles. Relax and release your ankles. Relax your shins and calves. Relax your knees, kneecaps, side of knees, back of your knees. Breathe. Relax your thighs. Feel the tension melt away. Relax your hips, bottom. Relax your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Breathe. Inhale. And as you exhale, relax. Release to the floor. Think about your fingers. Relax and release your fingers. Relax the palms of your hands, back of your hands. Relax your wrists. Breathe. Inhale. And as you exhale, relax. Release to the floor. Relax your lower arms, elbows, and upper arms. Relax your shoulders. Feel the tension melt away. Relax your belly, sides, ribs. Relax your chest. Focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out. Once again, relax your shoulders. Feel the tension melt away. Relax your neck, throat, jaw, and chin. Breathe. Inhale. And as you exhale, relax. Release to the floor. Relax your lips, teeth, tongue. Relax your cheeks, all around your eyes. Relax your brow. Inhale. And as you exhale, relax. Release to the floor. Relax your scalp, your hair, your ears. Relax and release your entire body. Focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And once again, focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Begin to bring attention back into your body. You can wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can gently turn your head from side to side. Moving and stretching anything that feels right. Maybe rotating your wrists and ankles. before bringing your knees in towards your chest for a little hug. And then rolling onto your right side, pausing there, taking a breath before making your way up slowly to a seated pose with your eyes closed or softly gazing. Once again here, notice how you're feeling. Know you can find your way to peace and well-being by concentrating on your breath and being in the present moment. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands together in prayer position at heart center. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Well, once again, I'm Jessie. Thank you for joining me this morning. I teach the first and second Sunday of each month on Human Breathing Yoga Studios Facebook page, so you can join me again next week. I also teach the Monday meditation, 9 to 9:15. That is also on Human Breathing's Facebook page, so I hope to see you tomorrow. Aside from the Sunday classes and the meditations, everything else has been moved, all the other classes have been moved onto Zoom, so you want to make sure that you're checking out the Facebook page for more information on that, asking if you have any questions. Be happy to help you.